Begin with the consent agenda. On page 8, we have a pullout for Commissioner Morales, $339.25. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Page 11 for Commissioner Bruins, $379.22. Motion to approve, please.
So
Second.
moved.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Page 13, Goliad Auto Parts, $752.83. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
All in favor? Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries. Page 17 for Commissioner Edwards, $647.45. Motion to approve, please.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the remainder of the consent agenda. To have a conversation or discussion on that. If not, I need a motion to approve, please.
Judge, I'd like to pull out that request for line item transfer. If we may have further discussion on it.
Sure. You have your, go ahead.
Tony requested last week court meeting that we add more money to the indigent burial.
Yeah, we had passed that, but that's not the one I'm in reference to.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
The one I'm in reference to is the one that's in today's packet, the transfer of $2,000 from food bank contribution to the precinct 1 utilities.
Utilities that we discussed in the prior court meeting. It's in the record.
Correct.
There's $2,000 contribution line item in the budget for this year. Has not been funded to the food bank. I moved that money into the utility line item into this regular budget. To offset that shortfall.
Okay, the budget year is not quite up yet, so they still have time to come in and get their funds that we contribute to them every year that I can remember.
Well, if we're going to pay for the utilities, is that not valid?
I would not think so, not to take it out of somebody's donation money. Because the court voted to take it out of contingent and uncommitted last meeting. I'm just saying that the court voted to take it out of contingent and uncommitted, and that's what was approved by this court. So from that, I will not approve this budget line, this line item transfer.
What authority do you have to make line item transfers without the approval of the commissioner's court? Pardon me?
Hasn't made it, it was proposed to judge, and that's no money, it hasn't been executed.
No money's been paid. Never been moved. So if they don't vote for it, then you're not transferring, right? Okay.
Judge, I'd like to put that in the form of a motion that I'm not going to approve that transfer out of the Golden Crest Food Bank contribution 1 utility fund line item, because of the reason that I stated earlier that this court had approved to take it out of contingent and uncommitted.
I believe there's a dispute between the auditor's office and the county attorney's office on whether or not that in fact can be done. And I'm going to stay out of it because I'm not a lawyer or an accountant.
I'm just saying what this court approved, Judge.
Right, and I think that, as the attorney always says, y'all can pass anything you want to. You can, but that doesn't mean it's lawful. So I would urge the county attorney and the auditor to come up with the reasons that support their positions. And we can talk about it the next time we're together. Because he sent you a letter where he stated that it wasn't going to happen, and here's why. And you passed it saying it needed to happen. I don't know if there was a here's why behind it. So I would urge y'all to get your papers together and let's figure it out and do the right thing.
But I'm on the same page with you on that. Let's figure it out and get it done, because it's been going on too long already. Let's spend money out of that contingent and uncommitted fund.
I think there's some very strong, strict rules that decide whether or not those funds can be accessed or not. And I would love to get to the bottom of it. I'm no different than you in that. So, but unless we want to have a court hearing here, which I don't think would be reasonable, I would urge the two parties to figure out what they want to do and why they want to do it, and let's just follow the law. I'm sure
I'm agreeable with you on that.
since we started this state 150 plus years ago that this has come up. So if I could ask the attorney and the auditor to figure it out, get their proper opinions, and let's get it squared away. So you want to approve it with that one struck, the consent agenda? Is that correct? Can I get a motion to that effect and we'll move forward? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I made the motion already that I make the motion not to approve the transfer of the request for line item transfer out of the Golden Crescent Food Bank contribution in the amount of $2,000 into the Precinct 1 utilities line item.
We have a second on that? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. So the consent agenda is approved with the exception of that one line item transfer.
I'll make that motion to approve the rest of the consent agenda.
Need a second on that? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. So the consent agenda is approved with the exception of that transfer of that one particular line item. All right. Next, we have discuss, consider, and take action to approve the resolution regarding civil rights policies for the 2017 General Land Office Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program buyout contract number 20066-027C220 and infrastructure contract number 20-065-099C271. Ms. Langford, are you on the phone?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, on the phone is Ms. Langford. She's our grant administrator. She's prepared to explain this one as well as the other three. So, Ms. Langford, if you would take off on this first one, we're all ears.
All righty. Good morning, everybody. So the land office, as it is a pass-through from Housing and Urban Development, Community Development Block Grant Funds, the things that come with doing any infrastructure work or even housing buyout are their civil rights documents that they ask that counties and cities pass to try to just keep awareness up, and they aren't any more than what federal law is already, but that it just basically restates it at a local level. So the resolutions that are in front of you today are those civil rights resolutions that they ask for the use of these funds. And I'd be glad to answer any specific questions you guys have on any of the documents.
Commissioner Edwards? Commissioner Morales, Commissioner Bruce.
That is a resolution that has to be passed along with the rest of the grant paperwork, is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Edwards. Commissioner Bruns.
Do you have any comment on that?
I was reading on this. How are we gonna respond to the Fair Housing Act?
You might need to speak up so she can hear you, sir.
You can, I was wondering how we're gonna respond to this, Housing and Urban Act that says we need to provide, what is it? The qualified individuals for disability programs and activities. Is that something we're gonna have some kind of a meeting with the public to do this? Cover-
No, sir. I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of trouble. I can hear paper turning. You just have to make the public aware that the county has passed these, but it does not require a public hearing. It just requires posting of the document.
Well, on that policy of the Fair Housing Act, it said we agree to conduct at least one activity during the contract period.
Yes, sir, and that's posting it. Posting it for 15 days and showing that you posted it at the courthouse for 15 days is what's required to meet that stipulation.
So is the court gonna have to be present for this, or how does?
No, we just post it like you do your agenda, or y'all post it. We provide you the document and you post it just like you would do your agenda there I believe you put it on the door there at the courthouse.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Can I get a motion to approve this, please?
So move.
Oh, excuse me.
Second?
Somebody was talking.
I think that was me.
Did he say second?
You got discussion, I think is what he's asking.
Commissioner White, I was unable to understand you. Go ahead.
I made the motion to approve it.
Okay, can I get a second from you? We have a second from Commissioner Morales. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is to discuss, consider, and take action to approve the resolution designating authorized signatures for contractual and financial documents pertaining to the 2017 General Land Office Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program buyout contract number 20066-027C220. Ms. Langford, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, it's basically the same as we just discussed, and if I can answer any questions you might have on it, I'll be glad to do so.
Okay. Commissioner Edwards, Commissioner Morales, Commissioner Bruns, Commissioner White. Questions?
I'm good.
Also, go ahead, Mick.
I'm good with it.
Okay. Any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve this.
Yeah, I do. Ms. Langford, is it normal in these resolutions to not have the commissioner's court? On the last sentence, it says the auditor, the treasurer, and the judge, I guess, do all the authorizing and the execution of the financial documents. Should this be commissioner's court executes these?
I can appreciate your question, and it is normal for usually the treasurer auditor, the judge to be the signatories, because the couple of things that are going to need to be signed off on are the vouchers as the requests come through. That's the paperwork we have to send to the state to get the county paid back for things. And then a couple of the documents you're signing today, and there's not a lot more past that. And so it's not unusual just to have those folks be the representatives of the county. It is up to the court, though. If you want to put a representative of the Commissioner's Court on there as a commissioner, you certainly are welcome to, but generally it's done this way. It's not usually the court as a whole.
Thank you. And has the county attorney reviewed these contracts, these
No.
residents? We got this agenda at 4:45 Friday, after I emailed you, the judge, Bennett, about, we hadn't received our packet. I know it was on the website, but we didn't have any of the other information to go with it, so.
It was on the packet, correct? It was in the.
Yes, it was in the packet that we got at 4:45 Friday evening. So we don't have time to do our homework on some of this stuff. So there has to be something different done about us getting our agenda, I guess, is one thing. I don't see why we can't get it Thursday morning, but, I think we ought to table some of this stuff until we get our homework done and the county attorney is looked over. Is there a hurry for it?
These are grants written by the GLO, and I suppose they're pretty much in concrete. If you want it, have it, and if you don't, don't. Ms. Langford, do you have a comment on that? Are these documents flexible, or is this something handed down by the state that is what it is?
It's definitely sampled from the state. There are a few things that you might be able to tweak depending on what the concern was, but generally they're adopted the way they come from the state because they're the ones that put it together, and it's the money that comes from HUD through them. So they've gone through their legal teams and that kind of thing to be put in place. So those are the documents we use. We don't prepare these documents. They are prepared by the state. We just changed the names to the county.
What's your pleasure, Mr. Bruns?
I'd like to find out what other counties are doing when it comes to these.
The other counties that we work with pass them.
That's what they do.
The others signed off on it. The other counties signed off on it. These are not documents that we created here.
Ms. Langford did mention, though, that they could be tweaked, i.e. the commissioner could be one of the people that signs off on those vouchers, as well as the judge and treasurer. That way.
Well, it could be one of them. So the vouchers require 2 signatories. So it just two of the people that are listed on that resolution have to sign the vouchers. And the other documents don't have any kind of contractual or signatory authority to them. They are just the civil rights portion of the program.
What about time restrictions, ma'am?
So it's certainly something. I mean, I'm not trying to rush you. The sooner the better, just to start sending out, if you will, nasty grams if you don't move forward with your documentation and get it approved and get it back to them and then do vouchers for the funds. But it's up to the Commissioner's Court to pass them, and I would prefer if anybody had questions, please feel free to give them my cell phone number, and I'll be glad to talk to them about any questions they might have on the documents. But it's at the court's pleasure. I prefer you get it on to the next Commissioners Court meeting if possible, so that we could get them approved so that we can move forward with the grant.
What's your pleasure, gentlemen?
Well, it seems to me like it's cut and dry. I mean, I don't understand all the rigmarole, but it just seems like to me it's cut and dry. I don't know what the deal is.
It kind of sort of is. If you want the money, you know, it's their money, it's their thing they'd like you to do.
I mean, right. I mean, I'm just wondering, I mean, do the rest of you commissioners just want to be on the damn signing thing or what? I mean, I don't understand that. It's kind of petty to me what y'all are trying to pull, but do whatever you want to do. I think it's a mute deal. I think we need to approve this grant if we're going to do it or don't. It's up to y'all. I make a motion to pass the grant.
So we have a motion on the table from Commissioner White to pass this. We need a second.
I'd like to amend that to add Commissioner Morales on that list of the county auditor, treasurer, and judge.
That they would be one of the
There would be
signatures.
two of y'all on it, so there would be a quorum if y'all had to meet. And
So your only objection is the signatures on it?
yeah, I just would like to add Commissioner Morales too, because he's into grants. He's written grants and stuff. So in the past, am I wrong or right?
Yeah, I've dealt with grants before. Yes.
So I'd like to add him into that last sentence as
So Commissioner Bruns has a motion on the table to include Commissioner Morales as one of the signatories of the application. Need a all in favor of that?
Motion on the floor first. If he
I
wants,
guess he does. I couldn't hardly hear what he was saying.
he made the motion, but if he wants to accept the amendment that Commissioner Bruce.
Commissioner White, are you all right with accepting the amendment that Commissioner Bruns made?
That's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
I accept it. Whatever.
You said fine. Okay. So let's vote on that. All in favor of Commissioner
Commissioner Bruce, second.
second, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Discuss, consider, and take action to approve the resolution designating authorized signatures for contractual and financial documents pertaining to the 2017 General Land Office Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Infrastructure Contract Number 20065-099C271. Ms. Langford?
Oh, actually, I think that's the resolution that you just added the person to for signing as well. So this is just giving authority for two people to sign vouchers and to sign contractual documents.
So someone want to make a motion to amend who signs, and we can move through this?
yes, I'll make a motion that we approve this with adding Commissioner Morales also on this one to the signature.
Need a second on that?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of proclamation declaring May 2020 as Goliad County Fair Housing Month, with county judge to sign the proclamation. Discussion, please.
Make a motion to approve the proclamation.
Second? All in
Second.
favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Langford, we appreciate it. I think that's all of your part. Thank you so much for helping us out today. The next thing on the agenda is prioritize road projects for TIF grant. you gentlemen compile your lists. Mr. Edwards, you can start.
Great.
On the list of prioritized roads.
Hill Road would be my first pick for that's the most oil field traffic I have, and I do have damage from the oil field traffic on that road.
What was the spelling on that road?
McGill.
McGill Road, okay, all right. Mr. Morales?
I have only one road there for this project at the Rock Hill Road.
Commissioner White?
Old Goliad Road.
Old Goliad?
Yes.
It's not on the list.
It's not on the list that I have in front of me. Did you submit that, or?
No, I didn't submit it. I thought we had to just turn it in when we come to court.
Okay, we'll need to be starting and ending numbers as to, so that we can know how much road we're talking about, scope of work, type of road, existing surface, everything that's on this spreadsheet.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get
we'll
mine
need
to you after. I'll get it after court.
Okay.
I thought we had a deadline on this, Judge.
We do have a deadline.
When's the deadline?
Commissioner Bruns,
You did submit it, it's submitted.
do you have a submission?
Yes, I have, Frankie Road and, Fannin Road.
Frankie comes before Fannin, or vice versa?
Well, I got Fannin Road and Frankie Road in that order. I don't know if that means anything.
Well, it means that Fannin gets the money before Frankie does.
Oh, okay.
This is a prioritization list
I got you.
to determine what we start with, and we'll see if there's enough money to take us through the roads.
Right. Yeah, you put Fannin for, like it's on the list. Those both have all-field traffic on them.
Again, Judge, I thought we had a deadline to submit it to your.
We do. We have a deadline. We have a deadline. We have a deadline to submit.
Deadline's been come and gone.
It has come and gone. It has come and gone. Absolutely.
Precinct 3 doesn't have any roads on this here.
They do not. Precinct 3 does not have any roads on this list.
There is two other roads, Shelley and Staley, on our list,
Okay, so precinct 1.
precinct 1.
So what I would do is to look for a motion to adopt this list that we're looking at, because they were turned in before the deadline occurred. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We can't
So
bend the rules.
So move.
Made the motion.
Motion to adopt.
To accept it as it is.
Ask him.
Commissioner White, you're gonna have to try to speak clear. We have a poor sound. We were unable to hear what you said. Did you say make the motion to pass it as is?
As is, yes.
Okay. Need a second on that?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Well, I got one more question. So we split this dollar amount 3 ways, how are we gonna,
That would be the solution, yes, sir.
do we put that in the motion?
I don't know how you can do that. Cause you don't know what well, I mean, I just don't know how you can do it. I would say that the McGill gets fixed, and then you carry that balance forward to the next one. It's to prioritize. It's not to determine how many we're going to divide by. It's to prioritize the road and the order in which they are repaired. That's my understanding of it.
Well, that McGill almost takes the whole amount. It's 260,000.
So, and this will probably be a poor example, but if you do just a little bit on McGill Road and walk away from it, the people on McGill aren't satisfied. And then you do just a little bit on Shelley Road just to get away from it and move on down. I thought that we wanted to fix them right as we went.
Well, when we did the search, deal, of course, that was quite a bit more money. I was just getting in and they had already okayed this deal, and they split it, the 4 ways back then with the roads that they turned in. And of course, you just had to add money out of your budget to finish a project to do. These were roads that were turned into search, and whether we could do them all or not, of course, the amount that they turned in was more than what we were being given by the TxDOT. But it was split between the precincts that turned in roads evenly. That's what I remember about the search deal, and this is supposed to be kind of the same deal.
Same grant, Commissioner Brooms, and this grant was given to us in 2014. I was here present on this court. The money's, like he's trying to say, Judge, was whatever amount that we got allotted as a county was split 3 ways or 4 ways, whoever turned in their list.
I have no issue with that, Commissioner.
So I think that's what you're
If
trying to say.
that's the way y'all want to do it, split it 3
That's what
ways.
you're trying to say, Commissioner Brooms?
That is, yeah.
So, I mean, that was the way it was done last time. It was split 4 ways between whoever turned in
Okay.
their list.
All right.
Whether that completed the project, or was enough money to complete the project or not, which in that case in 2014, it was not for the projects that were turned in. So whatever money that we get allotted is split 3 ways.
I think it was about 140 per precinct back then.
And this year's total grant is
$247,000.
so that'll be split 3 ways.
The only thing that comes to mind is if whether or not the state has, they have criteria of the percentage of completion that you have to make on that particular road before they'll fund it. I do not know the answers on that.
In fact, their rules are a little less lax than they were in 2014, because there was a lot of misunderstanding, I guess you could say, back in 2014 with all the rules and regulations that they put forth. So they're a little more lax this year with that. They changed a few of them up to make it a little easier as far as the application process, the funding process to us.
We had, and another thing too, that we have 5 years to complete these projects.
Projects to use that money. So, I mean, we could do, one of us could do our project, whatever project you want to pick that we prioritize today, and do it 1 year, and the next one you could do it the next year. I mean, you got 5 years to complete
Right.
what you
Want to do with the money that you're going to get.
So I guess we're looking for a motion to divide these funds 3 ways between precincts 1, 2, and 4. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Can I get a motion?
Yeah, I'll make approve this with the money being split evenly between the 3 precincts that turned in roads, which is 1, 2, and 4.
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. The number 8 item is, hang on a minute. Discuss the rate in which compensatory time was awarded post-Harvey, and this is in regard to the statement you made the other day. Did y'all award this at 40 hours or time and a half, or how was it done? And I'm just trying to understand. It's a kind of a foreign concept that you can pay someone extra for doing their job. So I'm trying to understand that. But my specific question is, at what rate was this done? Did you give them 40 hours straight time, 40 hours comp time, which in turn would turn into 60 hours straight time, which in turn would become 100 hours of straight time for doing the work that they were already under obligation to do? So that's my question.
Precinct 3 didn't turn in a thing for that. Precinct 3 is not involved in this.
Back post-Harvey, we spoke about this in court in 2017.
In court, it was on the agenda, or how'd that work?
I don't think it was on the agenda. It might have been in one of our meetings or whatever, but the treasurer at that time did not have any questions on, what we did. No, we did know that comp time is time and a half. Yes, I did. And my guys got a even 40 hours. I kept track of it, of course, on a pad at home. I don't have it anymore. But yes, I understand that comp time is time and a half. So, they got the even amount that the people that worked in the offices, got paid for and didn't come to work because of electricity.
All right, so that was a lump sum, 40 hours?
Back then, we didn't, that I could find, and I went back in my records, and we didn't have a administrative leave line in that I can find. Of course, you go back then, and that was brought on by Daphne Belter, the treasurer at that time, or later, when I think Judge Calhoun let some people go, or told everybody they could leave after lunch on a holiday, and so then she added the administrative leave.
So she added 40 hours in a lump sum? Okay.
No. Did I?
No, she added 40 hours. Well, how did it come to get on the books?
There again, we discussed this back in 2000.
Well, I'm discussing it today, sir.
We didn't discuss it that I know of.
So how you did it?
I just said how I did it.
Okay, tell me again.
I said it last meeting how I did it.
So you gave them 40 hours in a lump sum, or?
I did not say that.
Okay, I'm trying to get, how did you do it?
You want to go back to the last meeting?
No, I just want you to tell me how you did it.
I said it in the last meeting. And I also said it back in 2017 when we discussed it. So.
What was you say? What was it that you said? I mean, did you pay?
Recording, I guess.
So you're unwilling to tell me?
Time you brought this up. So it was put to sleep back in 2017.
Okay, I'll check.
Fairly done.
This is a very simple question, and it's got a very simple answer. You can say that you feathered it out, or you did it all at one time, or the treasurer did it for you, because I don't think it's right. I have a real problem with it. And I'm asking you a simple question so that everybody that's listening or whatever can know, how did you compensate these guys? If you're unwilling to answer, that's your answer. Is that your answer? Unwilling to answer. Okay. No action on that.
No, I got a discussion question on that.
Go ahead, Commissioner White.
How do you come up with giving guys what they work on, extra bonus money that they ain't earned, when it's not on the agenda? How are you discussing it in court without being on the agenda? Ain't that dishonest? You got to be on the agenda to talk about it, or it's a dishonest talk. And it wasn't talked about when I was there at all. And I only missed one day of those meetings. And I know you ain't talked about it that day either. So don't come up here with this nonsense. Y'all did this outside of court.
All right, if there's no further discussion, we'll, no action taken on this. Public announcements, anyone?
Yeah, as a here participation, what was going on in Goliad County. Precinct 3, what y'all do is investigate Precinct 3, because I know for a fact several times the yard has been empty, but I asked the guys and they get paid 40 hours a week. So just if I can explain that. But once again, I know this is just a comment. Thank you very much.
Anyone else?
Public announcement.
No, nothing.
Anyone? Need a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved, Judge.
Second? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.